Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live interview series that I'm doing for the Blake Friday bundle. I am Steph Blake, and I am here with Tracy Beavers, who is a list growth strategist. I can't talk about that. Today we are going to be talking about organic strategies to help grow your email. But for those of you who do not know, we have the Blake Friday bundle. Yes, I named a bundle after myself. It is opening on Thursday, November 21st at 8 a.m. Central. So if you have not gotten on the wait list yet, make sure to do that. We put the links below. We put the keyword below. Whatever platform you're watching this on, the links are below for you to sign up for the waitlist so that you can get access. It has more than 70 different resources in there, really high quality resources in the bundle. You can get all of them for only $7. Normally, it would be over $4,200 if you were to buy all of them separately. Don't do that. That's crazy. Save your money. Get a really great deal this Blake Friday, not Black Friday, and grab the bundle. So without further ado, Tracy, thank you for being here with me today. And do you want to just share a little bit more about who you are and the product that you contributed to the Blake Friday bundle?
Sure. Thanks for having me. So I am a visibility and list growth strategist. I teach all organic methods to gain massive visibility online without having to be online 24/7 and all of that visibility leading to your list growth. So I don't teach paid ads. And I'm not the list growth strategist that's going to tell you to create yet another free lead magnet and put it out on social media, because chances are good you've already done that. So my contribution to the bundle, thank you, Steph, by the way, for having me as a contributor, is the visibility and list growth bundle. I know that's a really original title given what I do,
Tell
but
people what it is. No nonsense.
exactly. The visibility and email list growth bundle. But it's a compilation of 3 of my best-selling ebooks. Because I have some smaller offers that I do, and I bundled them together for this. So one of them is an ebook all about there's 5 free or low-cost secrets to get visibility and grow your list without ads. So 5 of my best tips there. And there's also a PDF that comes with 3 short videos talking about how you can grow your email list with Facebook groups and live video. I love live video. Glad to be here live with you. And then the third one is also an ebook, and it's 3 ways to gain visibility and grow your list through other people's audiences, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Love it. No, that's great. And those are really 3 key things that people need to keep in mind when they are specifically focused on organic growth. So I love that you just kind of bundled them all together. And everybody who gets the Blake Friday bundle, you can get her bundle, her visibility bundle in there for $7 plus 70 other products. It's truly a no-brainer. And your bundle is normally $37 on its own.
Yeah,
right?
it is. So they can get that for $7 and then everything else in the bundle they want.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
It's
get
great,
70 other things. It's
Right.
crazy. It's crazy. It's a no-brainer. It's a
Crazy.
complete no-brainer. So let's give everybody a little sneak peek and also some strategy
Yeah.
as well, of what they're going to get when they actually get your visibility bundle. So we talked about these 3 different areas to focus on.
Mhm.
So let's dive into each of these just a little bit more. My
Yeah.
favorite being collaborations, getting in front of other audiences. So let's start there. Do you
Yeah.
want to share some of your best tips for that?
Yeah, I love collaborations. I also love live video. So today we're hitting 2 of my favorite things, because as you know, the algorithm favors live video. Whatever platform you're on, they love live video. You get to reach past the audience that already knows you into a new audience. Then if you combine that with a collaboration, like what you and I are doing, because right now we're live on your Instagram page. We're also live on my Instagram page. And so
And we're live on YouTube and Facebook.
yeah, awesome.
We're live on all the places.
This is a huge bang for my buck as well as yours, because I get visibility with your audience and you get visibility with mine. And so in one fell swoop, we have both benefited each other. And that's the beauty of a collaboration, whether it's going live like Steph and I are doing right now, or maybe Steph's got a great podcast and she wants me to be a guest. I have a podcast. Maybe I want her to be a guest. We're collaborating. We're bringing value to each other's audiences, but we're growing our visibility. And by giving calls to action the right way during the live video and the collaboration, we can give a call to action that leads to our email list. And so then your audience might want to join my list. That would be amazing. My audience might want to join yours. That would be even more amazing.
Yep. And this is also, I don't think I mentioned this to you, but we are also putting this on the podcast. So you may be listening to this podcast right now. So we are just really putting it in all of the different places
I
so that
love
we can just spread the love everywhere because,
that.
again, we want to work smarter, right? Why not repurpose?
Absolutely. Yeah. My podcast content is my live. I go live every week on StreamYard like you're doing in multiple places. And we pull that audio and that's the podcast. Yep.
Yeah. It's great.
It is
It's
great.
amazing. Love it. Love simple strategies. So I think that was like a 2-for-1 there that you did. We talked about live video.
Uh-huh.
We talked about collaborations. Now, I just want to take a step back. So for those people who may be a little bit scared to do live video,
Mhm.
what tips or what recommendations do you have for that group?
Oh gosh. Yeah, this is a big deal. Now for me, I can talk to a brick wall and I've been speaking on stages for what feels like most of my life. So public speaking is not a big deal. Going live was a little daunting only because tech is not my jam and I had to figure out what buttons to push and where and how to make it all go. But once I got that part figured out, I can just pretty much hit the live button and talk. But I realized really quickly that not every human being feels that way. And so one of the biggest tips I can give people about live is on Facebook, you can actually, there's a little secret I'm going to give you. You can actually go live to your heart's content, pushing all the buttons and practice without anybody ever seeing you. Do you know what it is, Steph? You know what I'm going to
Yeah,
say?
you can do that on Instagram too.
You can? I didn't know
Yeah.
you could on Instagram and nobody
Yeah.
sees you.
Yeah, you can do I think it's called practice. So instead of streaming live on Instagram, you can do a practice one. At
I love
least
that.
at least with StreamYard. I don't know if you can do that from the phone. I haven't done that from the phone in forever. But yeah.
Yeah. So, so I didn't know that. I learned something new today. I'll share that with my students.
Yeah.
But in Facebook, set up a Facebook group. You can call it practice. That's the name of mine. Make it secret, not searchable. You're the only one in it. Go in there and go live to your heart's content. Check the lighting, check how you look, check the microphone, make sure it's on because I'm notorious for not plugging it in and anyway, nobody can hear me. Yeah, just practice, practice, practice. That's the biggest thing. And get a framework. I apologize. All of a sudden, I have a cough. Get a framework. So every week when I go live, I use the same format. And the nice thing about that is it's people understand it. They know the flow. I've branded myself with some of the things that I say every single week. Like my intro is always the same. My call to action changes depending on what I'm doing that week. But the closing message is always the same. And people have started to brand me with that as well, which is really fun. But I have it right there. So when I go live on StreamYard, and this is public knowledge, I'll get the tab with StreamYard going, the Facebook group connected into StreamYard, all the things are happening. I tab over to a Google Doc that has my entire Facebook Live outline. Because if
Yeah.
I'm sitting here staring at myself, my brain's going to shut off. And I'm not going to remember half the stuff I said I wanted to say. And I'm going to end the live and I go, dang it, I forgot this, I forgot that. But this way I don't forget anything and I don't get distracted having to look at myself. So set yourself up for success with some notes. You can even take a sticky note, put some bullet points on it. And if I stick this right here next to my camera lens, you can't see it. So you have no idea if I'm looking in the lens, if I'm looking at this sticky note, or if I'm looking at you. And the same thing on your phone. If you're going to go live with your phone, the only thing you don't want to cover up is this little lens right here. You can put a sticky note. I am notorious for taking a Scotch tape and a piece of paper and taping it. Can you believe that? Old school. Taping it to the phone so that I can just focus on my notes, look at the lens, and you have no idea that I'm looking at notes. But that way I stay on track. And then the other thing is, don't focus on yourself when you're going live. Be yourself. I am goofy. I talk with my hands. I make up words. Nobody ever knows what's going to happen during my lives, which I think is why people watch them because my dog is prone to shenanigans. And just be yourself. Don't try to be perfect because perfect is boring. And have your notes, practice, and focus on the other person. Focus on one other person that you know you can bless with the message you're going to deliver.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Love all of that. Yeah, the first time that I went live, oh my gosh, it's been years at this point, but I will say I didn't go live for like 3 years
Uh-huh.
into my business because I was terrified for a
Yeah.
variety of different reasons. I was so scared to go live. I couldn't do it. And then the first time I did it, it was terrible. Like
My
everything we do the first time.
I was boring. Woo!
Yeah, it was like it was I don't even remember what it was. I just remember it was really bad and I felt very bad about myself. So that happened, and then I just kept doing it, kept
Yeah.
doing it, kept doing it, and now like you, I'm just like, "Okay, let's click play. Let's
Yeah.
click go live, and we'll just have a conversation. It's gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Me
great."
too. Me
But
too.
yeah, I mean, that comes with time, right? And, um, with that said, I think going live and I'd love to get your opinion on this.
Mhm.
Going live is something that I think is I don't wanna say better, but I'm gonna say better. Better because you can really see, like, the true authentic side to somebody versus something that's, like, pre-recorded. It's very, like, professional, buttoned up. Like, you can see all of the things that are
Yeah.
happening, all of the mistakes that are happening,
All the goofiness,
all
all the
the
weird.
goofiness. Yeah.
Do you speaking of mistakes, do you know how many mistakes I've made going live? There was one time I delivered my entire 15-minute presentation, did not have my microphone on. I went to look at the comments and people were like, we can't hear." My assistant was trying to Voxer me. I mean, it was crazy. Another time, my dog decided he needed to go outside and go to the bathroom right then in the middle of my live. I literally had to go, "Hold on, I'll be right back." And I was mortified. Like, I just walked to the back door, let him out. And I came back and in my brain, I'm thinking, nobody is ever going to hire you. You look like the biggest imbecile on live video ever. And do you know what? People loved it. They loved it. That they were like, "This is the best. Thank you for showing us that we don't that you can let the dog out in the middle of a live video and people will still hire you." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Well, I hope they do because this is me." Yeah, but
right.
it just really nothing. So I have a training called Video is King, Audio is Queen. And it's for the exact same reason you just mentioned. In a pre-recorded video, people don't know um, if it's edited, and with AI and all that other jazz. But if I'm live, it's me. And
Mhm.
they can tell right away if they like me, if they don't like me, if they have a connection with me. They can see my face, they can hear my inflection, all the things. And so I prefer live video for the exact same reason.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. We do for all of our podcast episodes, we also stream those live in my membership community, and I don't edit those after the fact. I was like, I am so far beyond the days of caring about editing.
Me
I
too. Yeah.
don't care. I really don't care. So again, for those of you who are worried, like just be yourself
Yeah.
is the best piece of advice, right?
Absolutely.
Because yeah, we talked about this actually on the previous interview I did where she was talking about creating a capsule wardrobe, and we were talking about like people were worried about, or I used to worry about what people would think about the clothes I wear, and I'm like, I don't care anymore because people care more about themselves, and they're not even thinking about the clothes I'm wearing.
They
Same
do.
thing when you go live, people are distracted with other things, and they're not even thinking about, oh,
No,
she made a mistake. She had like a, oh, I was going to say a booger.
that's the fun part of live video. Whatever comes out of our mouth.
Exactly. It's like,
That's hysterical. There was one time I had so I shared with you before we got started that I actually have a Google Doc that's open when I go live so I can focus. And I don't know how this happened to this day, but my notes got so jumbled up that I was like a few minutes in and I literally stopped and I said, "This training makes absolutely no sense. What has happened to my notes?" And everybody was like, "Oh my stars." And I said, "Hold please, let me fix this." And so I fixed them back and I'm like, "Okay, let's go back." And I got off of that one and I thought, well, there goes your business, Tracy, go get a job. But here I
still
am
here. Still here.
here.
Love it. That's awesome. There was one other thing. You're gonna have to refresh my memory. I don't remember what it was. We talked about live video. We talked about collaborations. What was the first one? Look at
Uh,
your jumbled up Google Doc
yeah,
notes.
look at your notes. Yes, 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 yes. Look at your notes. That really helps. Yeah. So yeah, we talked about collaborations. We talked about live video. The other part of the bundle is there's 5 free or low cost secrets to gain visibility and grow your list without paid ads. So those are just 5 general tips. But one of the tips that's in there is the importance of making sure that your social media profile, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, is maxed out, showing exactly who you are, who you serve, how you serve them. There's no question when somebody lands on it, they know exactly what Tracy Beavers does and who I serve. And Facebook personal profile specifically, every nook and cranny of that profile is filled in. The work section, the contact and basic information section, all of it, because we have to make it easy on people to know who we are and to be able to follow us where they want to follow us and connect with us to hire us. So the thing that gets my goat more than anything else, Steph, is when I'm in a Facebook group and I see somebody comment something or post something and I'm like, they may be who I'm looking for to either hire or collaborate with, right? And I click on their personal profile and I go there and it says no workplaces to show.
Yep.
And I'm
Or like
like,
there's no link to their website or something, and you're like,
yeah.
how do I contact you?
I'm like, well, okay. And I'm not going to, nobody's going to hunt and peck around trying to solve the mystery of you. They are just going to move on. They're going to move on. And then the key to the whole thing for list growth is that cover photo. Let that lead somewhere on your list. So for me, if you go look at mine today, my Facebook personal profile, we showcase my free Facebook group. Because of the way that I have the membership entry questions set up for that group, people want to give me their email and they want to join my list because we offer something really cool when you join my group. So if you've got a free lead magnet, if your podcast is set up for list growth, you can showcase your podcast that way. But that way they slide right down your funnel onto your list. I have hundreds of people joining my free group every single month. I haven't met them. I haven't invited them. And when I say, hey, how did we connect? They go, oh, I saw you in such and such a group and you posted something really valuable. And I went to see who you are. And I really want to join your group. And I was like, that's really cool. Thanks.
Yeah, your strategies work.
Yeah, so I didn't have to promote it. I don't have to sell anybody anything. I don't have to ask them. I just be me. But that personal profile's got to be dialed in order for it to work. Same thing on Instagram, same thing on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Totally. Love it. Love it. And making consistent. That, I think that's the other thing.
Yep.
Consistency across the board.
Absolutely.
So that if somebody goes to look for you on Instagram, then they go to look for you on Facebook. And if they say two different things, like that's confusing to you. Who are you? What do you do?
Exactly. Yes.
Yep.
You're so right. It has to be cohesive.
Yep. Love that. That's great. So just as a reminder, when you grab the Blake Friday bundle starting on November 21st at 11, November 21st at 8 a.m. Central, you will get access to all of these different resources that Tracy has talked about in her little mini bundle inside of our huge Blake Friday bundle with more than 70 different resources. So if you have not joined the waitlist yet, go to blakefridaybundle.com. We will also link to that below. You can join the waitlist. Or if you're listening to this after November 21st at 8 a.m. Central, you can go buy the bundle for only $7. Again, that's blakefridaybundle.com, but it does end forever on November 26th at 11:59 p.m. Central. So it's only available for a couple of days. So you have to make sure that you get in and grab it before then. So Tracy, thank you for being here. This was such a good conversation.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. So any last minute words of wisdom to share, or where can they find you?
I love that.
Let's share that.
So I have a podcast called Create Online Business Success. I would love for everybody to go listen, download, subscribe. And then my free Facebook group is Be a Confident Entrepreneur. Get visible, grow your email list and your income. Come join us. You can promote your offers anytime. You can network. You can set coffee chats. You can ask questions to get support. It's a great community.
Love it. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing all of that. So thank you again for being here. This was such a good conversation. And thanks for everybody who was here with us live or who's listening to the replay. See you later.